UN inspectors are heading to the site of a suspected chemical weapons attack that took place on Wednesday near the Syrian capital Damascus. The Syrian government and the rebels agreed to a ceasefire to allow the inspectors to collect evidence safely. However, Western governments criticized Syria for taking too long to allow in the UN team. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad warned the US against military intervention, saying it would end in failure. If someone is dreaming of making Syria a puppet of the West, then this will not happen, he told the Russian newspaper Izvestiya. The US says there is little doubt Syrian forces used chemical weapons in the attack, which reportedly killed more than 300 people. Mr. Assad dismissed the accusations as an insult to common sense. Syria's stockpiles. A year ago, U.S. President Barack Obama said the use of chemical weapons by the Syrian government would be a red line that could trigger U.S. military action. Washington has bolstered its naval presence in the eastern Mediterranean, and military leaders from the U.S., UK and their allies are meeting in Jordan. UK Foreign Secretary William Hague told the BBC that action could be taken without UN approval if there was great humanitarian need in Syria. Turkey's Foreign Minister Ahmet Davutoglu said more than 30 countries were discussing how to act on Syria if the UN cannot agree. He told the Milliyet newspaper Turkey would join any coalition against Mr. Assad's government, with or without UN backing. The suspected chemical strike occurred in the Ghouta area of eastern Damascus, which is under the control of rebels fighting to depose Mr. Assad. The UN inspectors will have to pass through both government-held and rebel-controlled areas to get there. The 20-member UN inspection team has been in Syria since 18 August to look into 3 earlier suspected chemical attacks. Correspondents say their mandate was to determine whether such weapons were used, not who was responsible for unleashing them, and there is no indication that the mission's brief has changed. They are expected to take soil, blood, urine and tissue samples for laboratory testing. Syria is widely believed to possess large undeclared stockpiles of mustard gas and sarin nerve agent. It is one of 7 countries that have not joined the 1997 convention banning chemical weapons. Neurotoxin symptoms. Even as Monday's visit was announced, Western officials cautioned that the delay in agreeing to it may have compromised any findings. Mr. Hague said evidence could have been tampered with, degraded or destroyed in the 5 days since the attack. A senior White House official, quoted by AP news agency, dismissed the visit as too late to be credible, saying Washington had very little doubt that President Assad's forces used such weapons. Russia, a key ally of Syria, welcomed the decision to allow the inspectors in but warned the West against preempting the results. Médecins Sans Frontières, MSF, said on Saturday that 3 hospitals it supports in the Damascus area had treated about 3,600 patients with neurotoxin symptoms on Wednesday morning, of whom 355 died. While MSF said it could not scientifically confirm the use of chemical weapons, staff at the hospitals described a large number of patients arriving in the space of less than 3 hours with symptoms including convulsions, pinpoint pupils and breathing problems.